So today we are going to demonstrate a program to perform addition or subtraction of two 8-bit numbers depending on the user's choice. The choice is controlled by keeping a switch which is kept at 0 or 1. If the switch is kept at 0, we are performing addition. If the switch is kept at 1, we are performing subtraction. So the programming part is done in Keil. The program begins by adding the necessary header file, followed by the keeping p1 to sw, and then we start with the main. We are assigning three variables, byte1, byte2, sum, and we are keeping p1 to input configuration as the sw switch is connected to p1, and we are depending on the switch condition, whether is it 1 or 0, we are performing the operations. And we are setting the timer to mode 2, which is 8-bit auto reload. And then we are setting the baud rate to 9600. We are keeping SCON to 0x50, in which we are keeping the SCON in mode 1, which is 8-bit UART, and keeping 8051 receive enable. TR1 is set to 1, and then we enter the loop while true. First we are receiving the two values from the user and storing it to byte1 and byte2 respectively, and then we are seeing the condition of the switch, whether the switch is at 0 or the switch is at 1. If the switch is kept at 0, it will directly perform the addition operation. If the switch is kept at 1, it will perform the subtraction operation. So if the switch is at 1, if the switch is at 0, we are entering the loop and we are adding the two value of byte1, byte2 and storing it to sum. And we are seeing whether the value is exceeding greater than, like whether the value is greater than 100. If the value is greater than 100, there will be a carry. So we are checking the value of carry, that is CEY, whether it is equal to 1. If carry exists, then we are printing the sum, but we are printing a 1 before the sum. And if carry is not existing, we are directly printing the sum. So that's the case for addition, that is SW equal to 0. Now we are moving to a case where SW is equal to 1. So in subtraction also we have to check two conditions, that is whether the byte 1 is greater than byte 2. So the condition is whether byte 1 is greater than byte 2. For example, the byte 1 is 20 and byte 2 is 10. So we can say byte 1 is greater than byte 2. So there will be a positive subtraction. The value of after the subtraction will be positive. The else condition is byte 2 can be greater than byte 1. So for example, byte 1 can be 10 and byte 2 is 20. So the difference will be minus. In that case, we have to produce the output with a negative sign. So we are checking if byte 1 is greater than byte 2, we are directly printing the difference. The else case, we are adding a minus in the printf sign. So this program has been debugged and the hex file has been created. Let's go to the simulation part. The simulation is done in Proteus 8 Professional. We are using 8089C51. We have a virtual terminal and we have the SW switch. So let's see how the execution goes. As in the first program we did, the RHD of the virtual terminal is connected to the THD of the 89C51, and the RHD of 89C51 is connected to a THD. P1 we have configured to input mode, and we have connected the switch to P1, and on the other end the switch is grounded. So let's run and see. Let's take the virtual terminal. So we are entering the first byte. Since the switch is equal to 1, we are getting the difference, and since the first byte is less than the second byte, we are getting a minus sign. Let's see further more examples. Let's take the reverse 20 and 10. So now we are getting positive. Let's take another examples. 0 5 and 0 2, we are getting 3. Let's take ff and 5 5, we get the difference as aa. Let's take another ff and fe, we get difference as 0 1. Now let's keep the switch on like so. Now sw is equal to 0. So now what we expect is we want this simulation to give out addition. Let's see. So we can take the first byte as 10, second byte as 20, we get the sum as 30. Let's take the first byte as ff. Let's see whether the carry condition works. ff and again ff. So we get as 0 1 fe. So we have the carry condition over here. Let's take one more, ff and 0 1. Again we have the carry condition over here. Let's take 10 20. So sum is 30. So the program is perfectly running and the output is verified. Thank you.